Assalamu alaikum. In this presentation, I'll be talking to you about the topic of zakah. Now, some people say zakah, some people say zakat. Basically, what it means is one of the pillars of Islam, which is compulsory upon many of us. Okay, so it's a pillar of Islam. Now, zakat is giving charity, and what you have to understand about zakat are its conditions. Who is it necessary upon? This is a question which many people ask. There's several conditions for it. Number one is that a person has to have reached the age of let me just remove that. Must have reached the age of puberty. Okay. Number two is that a person must own wealth. He has to own wealth. I'm going to talk a bit more about this one a bit later on in this clip. Number four is that the wealth must have a threshold, reach the threshold. The Sharia has mentioned a threshold for it. And number four is that a year has to have passed. 1 year a lunar year has to have passed over the wealth. And number five is free of debts. Okay, free of encompassing debts. Remember that. Encompassing debts. Okay, so these are 5 conditions where all have to be ticked off for zakat to become necessary upon a person. Puberty is easy. Okay, a person who's under the age of puberty, whether male or female, they don't have to give zakat. Okay, so that's simple. The second issue which we're going to be covering in this clip today is the issue of ownership of wealth. What does ownership of wealth mean? I mean, what is wealth really? Let me just give you a few examples. Okay, let's say a person has a house. One guy owns a house. And let's say another person, or same person, he has a mobile. Okay, this is my version of one of the old mobiles. Another person, or this person owns possibly money, a bag full of money. Say a person owns clothing. Okay, so all of us got clothing. Clothing doesn't seem very nice. But anyway, you can understand that. Number 5, let's say someone has a car. This is an old car. And let's add another one. Let me add another one here. Let's say gold. Gold or silver. Okay, so someone has gold, so I'll just do like gold there, or silver, jewelry or anything like that. So who out of these, what is zakat deductible? Which one of these does a person have to pay zakat on? There's a rule. Okay, there's a rule for wealth. So the rule is, let's get a nice color, is that number 1, it either has to be of gold. Number 2, silver. Number 3, money. And number 4 is goods for sale. Goods for sale. Okay, goods for sale. What does that mean basically? Goods for sale, one thing you have to remember about goods for sale, I'm just going to put it in a different color. Let me just put it into a red color. It's important. Is that it has to have been purchased for the intention, or for the purpose of sale. Okay, so it has to have been purchased for the purpose of sale, like a shopkeeper purchases or buys lots of goods. Car salesperson buys lots of cars for sale. etc., or houses for sale. You know, estate agents do that. So this is what you have to remember. So I'll put this into a yellow box or gold box. Oh, it's a line. It's a gold box. Now, which one of these does the rule apply to? So, first of all, does the rule apply to the house? Is it gold? No. Is it silver? No. Is it money? No. Is it goods for sale? Have you bought this house for the intention that you want to sell it? No. Okay, generally people don't do that. So, there is no zakat on this. It is not zakat deductible. Again, number 2, let's see the gold. Oh, so gold, yep, gold is. So therefore, the gold itself, it will be zakat deductible. The mobile phone, is the mobile phone gold, silver, money? Is it for sale? Nope, you haven't bought it for sale. So you may want to sell it later on in your life, but that won't affect it because you didn't purchase it for the intention of sale. Money, is money? Yes, because money does come here. So you have to give zakat on money you have. Like clothing, what about clothing? Do you have to give zakat on clothes? Maybe you have lots and lots of pairs of clothes, lots of shoes, you know, lots of handbags, or lots of jubbas, or I don't know, coats. Some people like different types of clothing. So if you do, then it doesn't matter, because you won't have to give zakat unless it's bought initially for sale, like a shopkeeper would do, or anyone like that. And finally, a car. The car that you have, generally it won't be for sale. I mean, you haven't bought it for the purpose of selling it, and so there's no zakat. So there you go. Just one more thing to add, which is that the rules, or the deductible zakat deductible things, such as gold, silver, money, and goods for sale. There's also a few others which I haven't mentioned here, such as cattle and vegetation. Then these things are not really applicable to most of us, so that's why I left them out. And these are really the ones which concern us. Inshallah, in the next clip, I'll be covering the issue of the threshold. How much of is the threshold, or the limit after which zakat becomes necessary. I hope that makes sense. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments box. Jazakumullah khair.